Welcome to Abigail's Conversations with Affiliates. My name is Danilo Petranovich, and it is my pleasure to have with me this afternoon Mr. Blake Chen. Blake, hello.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm doing well, thank you.
Tell us a little bit about yourself, where you're from.
So I'm Blake Chen. I'm a senior at Cambridge Regional Latin School in Cambridge, Massachusetts. So I live in the area. I'm a rising senior.
Terrific. And do you have a favorite subject in school, Blake?
Yeah, so I'm really interested in the sciences as well in the humanities. So chemistry, and I'm taking an astrophysics program this coming year. But in terms of the humanities, I'm actually taking a Hitchcock course,
Okay.
a film course, which will be interesting. I don't watch that many films. I'm also doing a senior thesis on the self-making of the American man and woman throughout history.
And what are you reading for that?
I actually got interested in it because I was reading some Tocqueville, and he was talking a lot about individualism in America. And then you see George Washington, who had the idea of making lists of manners he wanted to improve on. You see that all the way to Jay Gatsby, who also made lists.
All right.
Really
Benjamin Franklin too, right?
Yes.
Famously, right? So Blake, tell us then maybe a little bit. How about you? How did you get to know David Gail Adams Institute?
We actually have family friends who are enrolled in Harvard, and they recommended the program to me. And I've always been interested in the great books and reading a lot of these books, so that's why I found Abigail Adams.
And what programs have you completed with Abigail Adams so far?
So this summer I participated in the seminar, The Common Good in the Age of Trump.
What was that about?
we were looking at the problems our society is facing today, our body politic, and we actually came up with solutions on how to address some of these problems. And we read a lot of philosophers all the way from Locke, Hobbes, Hume, and Smith, all the way to modern philosophers such as Fukuyama, and even modern columnists like Andrew Sullivan.
So, and this was you found out about it through your family friends as well. Wonderful. And Blake, tell me a little bit about what books do you recommend, first of all, to people your age?
All right. One great book that I recommend is Calvin Coolidge's autobiography.
Mm-hmm.
Calvin Coolidge was the 30th president of the United States, and he has some very interesting things to say about the Constitution, the Declaration of Independence, and our founding fathers. And I really admire him for his just the recognition of our founding fathers, the work, and the continuing project that America is. And he's a really brilliant, wonderful man to study.
Does this mean, and of course there may be others you can recommend, but does this mean you see yourself as a libertarian, a conservative? A lot of people who like Calvin Coolidge identify themselves as such.
So I wouldn't say he was a libertarian. He definitely had very interesting economic thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
He was famously silent. Yes, but actually he wrote a lot of speeches, and he was actually the last president to write his own speeches.
Uh-huh.
So he has a lot of good things to say about economics.
Terrific. So do you have a political hero? I mean, I suppose Coolidge.
I would say Coolidge would be my hero.
Okay.
And he's very Lincoln-esque. He takes a lot of cues from Lincoln in terms of his hearkening back to the Declaration and returning to our founding principles and being grounded in them.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people like to kind of poke at the Coolidge years and say, oh, that was superfluous wealth in the 20s. But actually there was really solid economic growth. But Coolidge recognized economic growth alone can sustain America. So he saw that there's a spiritual side to it as well.
Well, of course, we associate him with that famous saying, right? The business of America is business.
Yes, but he's
more complex.
Yeah, he didn't actually say it. He said the chief business.
The chief business of America is business, because there are other businesses that fantastic. No. So Blake, in addition to your deep interest in the humanities, you said that STEM is a big part of
yes, definitely.
Interest education. Say more. What are astrophysics? You said
astrophysics.
How did that come about? Yeah.
Well, I took an astronomy course at CRLS, my local public high school, this past year, and it sparked my interest in astronomy. So I'm doing a mentoring program with Harvard and MIT fellows this coming year, and I'm going to be helping them on their projects.
Terrific. Great. Well, Blake, anything else you'd like to recommend to your peers, perhaps about Abigail Adams Institute or?
Well, the Abigail Adams Institute, first of all, I really enjoyed it because it's just great to read good books together with people who are friendly, to interact with teachers who are smart and they know their topic, and especially getting together in this pandemic age. It's great to have social activity. But I would definitely recommend it to anyone who wants to be in an environment where they can be comfortable discussing difficult ideas and difficult concepts that can be controversial without the fear of being censored. And that's why I think it's a really wonderful place to be.
Thank you, Blake. We're delighted to have you as part of our community.
Thank you.